ただ一つ確か成果しか。
Welcome back to Gabriel Talks Gundam. Last episode, I discussed the MS-07A and B GUF, and in this episode, we will be discussing the RX-79G Gundam Ground Type and the RX-79G EZ-8 Gundam EZ-8. So let's get started. While the Earth Federation Forces Operation V Mobile Suit Development Program was underway at the Side 7 Research Colony, the EFF also began production of experimental units at its Jaburo military headquarters in South America. Intended to help turn the tide of the ground war during the One-Year War, the engineers at Jaburo used spare parts originally manufactured for the RX-78-2 Gundam prototype and built approximately 20 units of a specialized ground combat model Gundam, the RX-79G. 12 of these units were assigned to the Kojima Battalion stationed in Southeast Asia, particularly to the 04th and 08th MS teams. Since the RX-79Gs were made primarily of spare parts left over from Operation V, no replacement parts were available. This resulted in hasty field repairs like Shiro Armada's RX-79G EZ-8 Gundam EZ-8. When Karen Joshua's unit was damaged, the head of an RGM-79G Jim ground type was used as a replacement, earning the Gundam the nickname Jimhead. Though in many ways similar to its RX-78-2 predecessor, the RX-79G was quite a bit different in others, particularly in its armament. The beam sabers are stored in the legs, as the backpack mounted an equipment rack to carry storage containers, parachute packs, or other field options that were available. The head Vulcan guns were removed, as the head now carried the periscope for underwater and trench warfare. The Gundam still had the generator power to use a beam rifle, though it was often equipped with a standard 100mm machine gun or a heavy 180mm cannon. A single Vulcan gun and a multiple-use multi-launcher mounted in the torso's left breast rounded out the new armament. The complicated and expensive core block system was also replaced with a standard cockpit mounted in the upper chest just below the head. Notable pilots would be the 04th and 08th MS teams. The first time we would see the ground Gundam would be in the 08th MS team. As the Earth Federation forces concentrated their manufacturing on the production of their new mass-produced RGM-79 Jim units during the latter months of the One-Year War, those mobile suits already fielded had to make do with what few materials were available. Since the RX-79G Gundam ground types were themselves built using spare parts, there were no more spare parts left to effect repairs to heavily damaged units, and field engineers had to literally rebuild mobile suits with whatever they could find. Shiro Armada's RX-79G was trashed in an attempt to stop Zeon's prototype Apsaris 2 mobile armor in November UC0079. The Kojima Battalion's engineers and mechanics rebuilt his mobile suit with many improvised modifications. The RX-79G EZ-8 Gundam EZ-8 retained the same beam sabers in the legs as well as the standard RX-79G hand armaments. However, its other fixed weapons were changed out with a pair of 35mm machine guns mounted in the head and a turret-mounted 12.7mm anti-personnel machine gun in the chest. The EZ-8's armor plating and placement was improved overall, and the traditional Gundam V-fin on the head was replaced with a sturdier communications antenna. The EZ-8 retained the backpack equipment rack from the standard RX-79G, allowing it to keep its ability to mount parachute packs or other field equipment options. In December, the EZ-8 was heavily damaged during an attack on the secret Zeon base, housing the development of the advanced Apsaris 3 mobile armor. Notable pilot for this suit would be Shiro Armada, part of the 08th MS team. The first time the EZ-8 would be seen would be in the show The 08th MS team, alongside the Gundam ground type. And that has been episode 8 of Gabriel Talks Gundam. If you like this episode, please consider supporting the channel by liking, subscribing, and hitting the bell notification for updates. And in the next episode, I will be discussing the MS-09 Dom. And with that said, this has been Gabriel Talks Gundam.